Hear ye, hear ye. The Emerald Island scavenger hunt is about to begin. The list of objects has been given to all contestants. As you know, the winners of the contest will be awarded title to Castle Harmony and the surrounding lands. Be careful. Emerald Island can be dangerous. Last night, 3 contestants disappeared, and we are concerned for their safety. During the contest, please be on the lookout for our missing contestants. If you find a piece of equipment in the woods, return at once with the clue. It may save their lives. There have been rumors that some kind of monster is loose on the island and may be hiding in one of the caves. If you see a cave you are unfamiliar with, don't go into it. Send someone back to town, and the guards will conduct a search for you. We don't want anyone else to get hurt. And one more thing. We have... sorry. We have reports that the monster may be a dragon. If you see it, run for your lives.
We are in the game. I do apologize about the character creation thing taking as long as it did, but as I said, this is a showcase video series thing, and I just want to take it a bit short. But anyway, we have various different things in our interface. I should say that the version I'm playing is community patched. I disable most of the things the community patch does, which is not breaking the game in any way, shape, or form, but it just prevents it from crashing. Before I apply the it's not a community patch, whatever it is, a patch of some description, whatever it's called. Face something, if I'm not mistaken. But I tried to do some recording of this, and it crashed every 20 minutes, which was rather annoying. But with the patch, it doesn't. So, yeah. Anyway, we have the minimap, we have the main game view, we have our character thing, and then we have an NPC, which is a follower. These are the Margaret or the docent. Welcome to Emerald Island. My name is Margaret, and I will be a docent for this stay. We stay here. Even greetings, you have options to talk about all that kind of stuff. Basically, she's explaining the rules of the contest that we have been being involved in, and guide us. Talks about the different enemies and general thing about this local area. So, the rules of the contest are simple. The first person to return the items is the winner. All you need to do is collect a wealthy hat, a red potion, a longbow, a seashell, a musical instrument, and a floor towel from the Temple of the Moon and bring them to the judge to win. Every single time we go past the buildings, you will tell us what it is. The first time you play this game, having the tool is very, very nice, but it quickly gets extremely grating because every single time you go past the building, she will pop up and say, "Oops, I know you've been past the blacksmith 17 times so far, but this is the blacksmith, just in case you forgot." So I'm going to say the tour off. She will be sticking with us for as long as we are here on Emerald Isle. There's some overarching plot which I'm not going to go too much into detail in right now. It's not super relevant for this game. What is relevant though is that this contest, as you probably gathered from what we just heard, we have to find certain items and hand them in. For doing something that's relatively simple, we are awarded a castle. Yeah, if you have your alarm bells ringing loud and clear, I don't blame you, because why would someone give us a castle just because we collect a handful of mundane items? There's probably a caveat somewhere. And don't worry, there is, of course. Well, that's the foundation of the early game. Anyway, we have our quest log. One thing I will say about this game is, actually, I think it covers a lot of the game series. I haven't played them all. I have no interest in playing the very early ones. They are too basic for me. But the quest log, you can see we have to return red potions, here's your stuff. That's the quest log. That's one thing. But then you have something like auto notes, potion mixing, wells, obelisks, trainers, all sorts of things. Sorry, instructors they are down here. Anything that's important for you to remember will be also updated in your notes. Then of course maps, time of day, and the calendar in general, and history. That becomes relevant once we get Castle Harmony, whatever it's called. Down here, Castle, that should be self-explanatory. Rest, you rest, spend some food, as you got here and your money there. Quick reference. It is a quick reference of your party, their status, their hit points, and all that stuff, and reputation and fame, which of course can be relevant for interaction with certain individuals. So, as you can see, a monk have significantly more hit points than our paladin, which again has significantly more hit points than our cleric, and is also suffering very, very badly. But then you have spell points. Paladin meager 5, cleric with 22, and also because of her high intellect 36. It's basically this one you want a quick reference for. If you got any spare skill points, and what condition they're in. So, anyway, we've been plotting around enough. We can should probably equip our characters here. The character screen, you have your stats, you have your skills. As you can see, they are rank 1. Inventory. Depending on what skills you're choosing, you will always get a basic item related to that skill. So you can see Bless, it's a spell because of his spirit magic. Shield because he's got shield skill, mace because he's got the mace skill. So we should probably equip them. I haven't got any armor, who cares? Armor's for wimps. Anyway, we'll learn Bless.
Great.
And then they are given a ring, and these rings can be completely unremarkable or they can be magical. This is vendor trash. Anyway, awards. Different achievements, rescuing someone not related, doing something plot related, it will all show up here, joining guilds, that kind of stuff. But let's get the monk sorted. You have these miscellaneous armor items if you can see the character model, of course, but then you have a magnifying glass which allows you to equip various different rings and that kind of stuff. These are, even though they are technically armor, they are not armor, but they're armor but not armor. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but everyone can equip those kind of things. Well, speaking of might, there might be an idea to get to him. Might be an it was funny without knowing it. Anyway, next. Oh, cleric. Oh, man, that's the ones who got from the paladin. Yep. He's got the mace skill, so mace it is. Heal. Body magic.
Can't wait to cast it.
Less spirit magic.
Can't wait to cast it.
And mind blast. Mind magic.
Ah, a new spell. Great.
Indeed. Very great. And also a staff. Roving. Well. Firebolt. Fireball. Featherfall. Air magic. And poison spray. Automatic.
Ah, learned a new spell. Ah, learned a new spell. Ah, learned a new spell.
And of course, alchemy. You can every character, irrelevant of whether they have the alchemy skill or not, can always
Success.
make basic potions, which is basically an alchemy thing. But never mind. It's don't ask questions. So now that we actually got some spells, we can cast some spells, of course. And here you can get a spell description, something like Firebolt. Damage is 1 to 3 1 damage per point of skill in fire magic. The casting cost is low. Fortnite. As of all, prevents your character from taking falling damage. Surprise. Wizard Eye, which is possibly the early game most important air spell. Causes automatic located in the upper right corner of the map main gaming screen to show the location of monsters and other points of interest while outdoor. The spell lasts 1 hour per point of skill in air magic. Normal only shows terrain and monsters, expert shows treasure, master shows points of interest, and grandmaster makes the casting cost free. It costs 1 spell point. Who cares? Water. Poison spray. Sprays poison at monsters directly in front of your character. Damage is low, but few monsters have resistance to water magic, so it usually works. Each shot does 2 points of damage plus 1 to 2 point per point of skill in water magic. Normal, 1 shot, expert, 3 shots, master, 5 shots, and grandmaster, 7 shots. The recovery rate is how long it takes the character to be able to do an action after having done an action. All actions have recovery rates related to them, and wearing plate armor makes you slow, so of course that adds to your recovery rate. So there's an interaction between all these kind of things. Awaken. It awakens people if they're asleep. So let us a firebolt here. We have the option to set spell. You can have ready spells that are ready to cast by pressing the S key when you're in combat. If you press the A key, your character will just attack. If they have a melee weapon, they will swing the melee weapon. If they have a bow and the monsters are far away, they will use their bows. If you use the S keys, they will use whatever quick spells they may have available, and non-spellcasters will still use their bows or their melee weapons. So you can set this one as
It's
ready spell.
ready.
So we should probably have something for her as well, just a bit of punch. Where are we? No, yeah, difficult. Mind Blast. Fires a bolt of mental force damaging to single target's nervous system. Mind Blast does 3 points of damage plus 1 to 3 points plus 1 to 3 per point of skill in Mind Magic. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. We'll set this one.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I think we will. Indeed. So, enough about that. A food count. You are using food when you're resting or when you're traveling, because traveling between different areas can take some time, and you will use 1 food unit per day it takes to travel. So if you're traveling for 19 days and you have 5 units of food, your characters are going to be in a very, very poor state when they arrive, so always make sure you have enough food to cover your travels. If you see a campfire, you can click on it, or you can just press spacebar. Spacebar will activate anything in front of you. It will pick it up. We found 2 food. Great. NPCs to interact with. We speak to someone in this house to mention about dragonflies. Well, dragonflies have infested the northwestern side of Emerald Island recently, making it dangerous to store things in our shed. That's a hint. There's a shed with some items stored. The dragon of Emerald Isle lives in a cave in the northeast. I wouldn't go in there though. He doesn't like visitors. There's most definitely a dragon here, and yes, we need to go in and say hi because of course game is fun.
Greetings.
For the NPCs, I mentioned Margaret before being a follower. You can hire 2 followers at any one point, but of course you need to have Margaret with you. But you can speak to them, and they will tell you what they are, what they do, how they benefit you. But there's a cost, of course. Non-type member of the merchant guild and a former rock merchant myself, I know all the tricks of trade like the back of my hand. I can give you advice while bargaining with other merchants to improve the prices you get. My fee is but 200 gold to start and 2% of the gold we find. That 2% of the gold you find is always a bare minimum of 1 gold. So if you pick up 9 gold pieces, you will take a gold. If you pick up 11 gold pieces, you will take a gold. If you pick up 200 gold pieces, you will take 2, because that's 2% of 200. Sorry, you will pick up 4, because math difficult. But you know what I mean. It will always be a minimum of 1 gold. But you can get more information. You basically get the statistical effect. 6 points bonus immersion skill for all characters. It might be good. It might be good, but I'm not overly fussed by that right now. So let's go on and see what we can bump into. Oh, by the way, the gold here, that is the party gold. We don't have an awful lot of money, which is always fun and funky. Reagent, hooray! Well, let's go in and speak to this guy.
His Grace, Lord Markham, Duke of the Western Lowlands.
He's the guy that provides us with the castle for winning the contest. If you win, you'll be in charge of one of the most scenic areas in all Erathia. Harmondale is just outside of the Telerian forest, right on the edge of the elf-human border. And I'm sure you'll love the castle. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but it's quite roomy and has excellent ventilation. Large holes. It breaks my heart to part with this property, but I feel that the time has come for me to give something back to the people. Yeah. We are given a castle, as I mentioned earlier, for a relatively simple task. Yeah. The hunt. Isn't this hunt exciting? I really am grateful you come to my little event, and I hope you have fun, even if you don't win. I think it's great that everyone is competing in the spirit of good sportsmanship and camaraderie. Missing contestants. Keep in mind I have a 1,000 gold reward for the group to bring back information on the contestants that have disappeared. That cutscene wasn't just a random cutscene, it was definitely setting up that there are some missing contestants. Thomas the Judge. He's the one you have to hand in the stuff to. But we don't have anything right now, so we can just go away. But the quest log updates and it blinks to let us know it's been updated, which is a nice little touch. Find the missing contestants. So we'll probably go and see if we can get a bit more money. There should be a chest here nearby. Chests can be trapped, and most of them are. Having a high disarm trap skill would be useful if we don't have it. There's supposed to be a chest over here somewhere. Hey, someone nicked my chest. I sure haven't. Don't tell me it's decided not to give me that chest. Maybe it's just further over and I'm just being impatient. Oh, there we are. I couldn't see it. What do we have here? That's the money. This is always nice. A reagent. Trident, which is a spear. None of us got spear skills, so it doesn't matter. A cool bow. Learning the bow skill with all your characters, especially early on in the game, can be very, very beneficial because it allows you to shoot at stuff from range, and early on in the game, everything is a danger to you. So, the different areas, towns, locations, and things might have wills. This one restores 5 hit points, this one restores 5 spell points. They do not have infinite charges, they will need to regen the charges over time, but again, auto nodes are picking up on it, immediately saying, "Hup, you can get that from that." This one, oops, come on. Refreshing. That's just a well, nothing special about that. "55 resistance temporarily." Nice little thing, I suppose. Let's just get all our characters. Come on. Come on, please, interface hard. In.
Come in, come in.
You rent a room, which of course will rest your characters, and you can buy extra food, and then you can learn skills. As you can see, the different characters, depending on whether or what class they are, they can learn certain skills. The monk can learn stealing and disarm trap. They can learn perception. Because of the amount of skills available and the connection with the different classes and how they can rank up their skills, it is definitely beneficial to aim for grand mastery levels of skills for the different character classes that can actually learn that level of skill. To buy spells from guilds, we need to be members, so we will become members. Do she actually? Does she actually? No, she doesn't. But it's a fixed price. Anyway, now we can buy spells from the magic, from the fire guild and air guild. But anyway, as I was saying, even though you can technically learn an awful lot of skills with an awful lot of characters, you don't necessarily want to. It's better to, the general theme in this game is that it's better to have specialists than generalists. So, anyway, next one. May as well get them. The game minimizes instead of crashing, but it's still running, so I just had to do a quick cut there. So, anyway, we will get into a bit of fighting, don't worry about it. What we need to is, where is it? This is the training hall, by the way, but we need some experience before we can train for some bizarre reason. What have we got here?
The Guild of the Spirit welcomes you.
Meditation, as you can see, skill costs 1,000 gold. Meditation gives you extra spell points. It's air guild, that's one well I'm looking for. Remember we warned about, yeah, this is, the monster sound in this game for some bizarre reason is extremely loud, and I mean extremely loud. We are talking several levels of extremely loud. Let's go and find something. The Dragonflies, actually. Before we do that, the game runs in real time, but you can also at any point hit enter and go into turn-based mode. Depending on the amount of enemies you're fighting and what type of enemies you're fighting, liberal switching between the two modes is definitely ideal. And real time means that you can move around and cast your spells and shoot your bows and whatever else you can do. But of course, it also means that because everyone else are moving around, they can dodge your stuff and all that kind of stuff. Whereas in turn-based mode, everyone in fighting range will get a shot at your characters, and you will get a shot at anything you can get a shot at. Turn-based mode, you can't evade the same way as you can in real time, so that is a price to pay. But by and large, you probably want to use turn-based mode, especially early on, quite a lot. But the very loud sound you can hear right now, it's loud for me at least, is Dragonflies. Because they are in real time, they are moving around as soon as anything remotely threatening comes close to them. They can actually go in and kill the NPCs in the town. You can pull monsters into the town and have the town being eradicated by the monsters. So you probably want to try and engage monsters away from a settled area you want to gain something from. Don't worry, they're out there, we can't see them right now, but they will start moving as soon as they find us really aggressive. And the sound effect of them is going to get extremely loud, so... Okay, that was not ideal. Ah, kill the dragonfly, hurry!
Ow! That's supposed to hurt.
I'm probably not going to say much because this is rather noisy.
Ow!
Ow! Ow!
Nah, it's just a scratch.
Ow!
Ow!
Nah, it's just a scratch. Nah, it's just a scratch.
Ow!
Just trying to move a bit away. In turn-based mode, you have your characters attacking, the enemies attacking, and then at one point or another you get a chance to move a little bit. That's just basically to reposition. In the case of this, we are trying to. We still got. How much we got? 6, 7. When you fight monsters in this game, you fight an awful lot of them, and this has reduced encounters compared to Might Magic VI. So you can easily imagine how that would be. Anyway, just trying to get them away so we don't pull the larger group as well, but at the same time not being close to the town because we don't want
I
them to
need
go in and
healing.
maul the townsfolk. This assassin is healing. We haven't got any. No, we haven't. Oh well, yeah, actually we have. We need this for red potion, but you know what? It is one of the more basic potions. So the reagents they have power levels, and the higher power level, the more powerful they are.
Success.
So she healed. Always nice. No, 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 no. Hey, got 393 gold. We need a bit more. Come on. Are we looking? Ah, still got half a health left.
Ow!
More powerful version, you might
Nah,
have
it's just a
gathered.
scratch.
Come on.
Was that supposed to hurt?
Yes, it was. Hooray. 27 gold, hooray. So, because we used all our spell points, you'll probably go back and get them restored. It's probably going to be extremely boring early on in the game, but you basically need to employ a hidden run. I don't know how much this is willing to restore me. It will save refreshing once you've used all the available charges. Seems good. Let's see if we can clear the rest of this area.